Mexico has now legalized recreational marijuana. Lawmakers have finalized rules for its commercial trade, but doubts remain over how the legislation will help eliminate marijuana crimes. Correspondent Alice Dyer Beverstock has the story.
Mexico's Senate, in the heart of the country's capital, perhaps the last place you'd expect to find a rather large plantation of marijuana. The plants were put here by an activist group seeking to influence new legislation that now legalizes recreational marijuana in Mexico.
Marijuana is a very difficult subject to talk about in Mexico, given the current prohibition laws and drug-related violence. So this is how we're trying to educate society.
The plantation has achieved its goal. The vote passed the upper house with 82 votes in favour, 18 against. Mexico's legalization laws allow for up to 8 plants to be cultivated at home for personal use, and people will be able to carry up to 28 grams of marijuana. However, there are still financial fines for carrying between 28 and 200 grams and criminal charges for anything more. And that's a problem for those who have pushed for an end to prohibition.
If you leave some of these activities subject to criminal prosecution, that's exactly what criminal organizations want, precisely because they are the only ones that are willing to run the risk of criminal prosecution.
Juan Francisco Torres Landa is a founding member of Mexico United Against Crime, an NGO who achieved a ruling in the Supreme Court that prohibition of marijuana was unconstitutional, which led to the Senate being ordered to draw up this legislation. His group pushed for full decriminalization, with the ultimate goal of cutting the profits of organized crime. But for those who don't want to grow their own, they may still have to buy from the gangsters.
For the case of local production, they're incorporating a number of obstacles, such as genetic codes and some other technical requirements that if you ask a peasant, a farmer, they'll say, "What? I have no idea what you're talking about." So by doing that, they will alienate the small farmers and small production that they do it anyway right now, and instead of incorporating them into the legal structure that would work, they're sort of pushing them back again in the control of organized crime.
As Mexico becomes the world's largest country to legalize marijuana nationwide, whether it can put a dent in the drug cartels that have dominated this market for decades remains to be seen.